So hi guys, welcome to YourPedia Education. So agenda for today's discussion is NIC exam, how to prepare, and what are the subject which you should prioritize and prepare on the priority basis so that you can maximize your selection chances. See, we know most of the students who are writing this exam, a large segment of the working professional student used to write these kind of exam. And this is one of the bonus exams, especially for all GATE aspirant. Reason being, there are many GATE students who are not able to perform really good in the GATE exam. And they were wondering that what after the GATE, what next? So whether they need to start preparation again, how they can utilize and how they can maximize the effort and the preparation they have put for last 1 year if they are not able to perform good in one exam. So NIC is one of the golden opportunity for such kind of student, because if we see the syllabus technical section is almost majority part of the GATE syllabus. So today with me here in the discussion, we have our fellow mentor, Tyagi sir is there, who will be guiding and sharing his expertise for you people for the generic section of the paper and mathematics section of the paper and one of the technical subject digital electronics for Scientist B. I have got Mukesh sir and I have got Aman sir from the computer science department. So we all will be sharing our opinion and I will be giving my insights on the dynamics of the subject like communication and network theory for Scientist B exam. So guys, this is one of the very important interaction. So here you will get to know how you can basically maximize your selection chances in very short duration of the time and in what direction you need to put your effort so that you can expect right and some fruitful result at the end of the exam. So first of all, I welcome all the fellow mentor to this session. Tyagi sir, welcome to you, and Mukesh sir, welcome, and Aman sir, welcome to this session.
Thank you, Kailash.
Thank you, Kailash.
So, sir, first of all, I will start with the Tyagi sir. Tyagi sir, you have a very vast experience of mentoring student for these kind of the competitive exam. So,
Yes.
what will be a brief suggestion from your side as per your experience for those students who want to crack this exam and they don't have much time to prepare? Because we have the experience that many working professional students are writing these kind of exam, right? So according to you, what should be their first mode of preparation, how they should start?
So Kailash sir, first thing is that in this examination we have component of both technical as well as non-technical. Okay, a generic session we call that. So non-technical 42 questions is a big number. If you will not revise those 42 questions, those topics of a non-tech section, then definitely there will be very low chance of selection in examination.
Right, sir.
So you have to distribute your time accordingly in both parts. Okay, technical as well as non-technical. Give time to both sections. Right. Now in non-technical section, we have variability actually. Sometime we get around 40% questions from aptitude section and 60% questions from reasoning part. But sometimes questions from reasoning part may be more.
Right, sir.
Generally, if we look at aptitude and reasoning part, so they are asking questions from reasoning more questions.
Right.
The good thing is that there are some topics like Venn diagrams.
True.
So in one section, they will give you one paragraph. In that, they can ask you 4 to 5 questions. So if you know the basic, all those 5 questions can be solved easily.
Right, sir.
So in previous paper, we have seen this kind of thing that in one part, many questions related to that paragraph or that data. Okay. So everyone should revise all the basic topics. Okay. Just revise once.
Right, sir.
And give some time to practice. All the common topics of reasoning and also common topics of aptitude, because this question from aptitude may be from percentage, maybe from profit loss discount, maybe from train, maybe from boards, okay, maybe from clock, calendar, anywhere they can ask. Sometimes questions from this section, sometimes from this topic, and also logarithm. They have asked questions from logarithm also. So you must remember all the basic properties of logarithm. That is also important. And mensuration everywhere used. circle, area of circle, that is important, area of volume of different 3D figures.
True.
Just if you know the formula, you can solve. Level of question is very easy, but
Right.
at least once revise all the things.
Right.
Now, second thing is mathematics. So in technical part, they ask questions from mathematics in technical part actually.
True. It's included in the technical part.
Yeah. So in mathematics also, there are some important chapters like matrix, linear algebra, that is not mentioned in the syllabus right now, we can see, but they have asked questions from linear algebra, and that is important.
True.
They can ask you to compute simple eigenvalues, some property, rank. Okay. Question will be easy.
Right, sir.
Similarly, we have this topic probability, permutation,
Right.
and calculus, limit. Okay. So calculus, linear algebra, probability, these three are very, very important.
Right, sir.
Also revise once mean, median, mode, all these things, statistics part. You need to study once only.
Right.
And you will remember.
Thank you, sir. My next question is, like, mathematics, mathematics plays very important role in the life of any engineer, right? And it's a very, most weighted subject of GATE exam also. And what I believe, most of the students who are writing the NIC exam, at least they have prepared once in a life for the GATE exam. And many of them have prepared for multiple year also, right? So according to you, what level you will expect in the mathematics? Is it same as that of the GATE level, or is it bit lower than? And would it be advisable, or would it be wise for student to prepare the GATE questions?
Mathematics in GATE is also not very tough.
Right.
Okay. So they ask questions on calculation of eigenvalues in GATE, and here also they can ask. So if you can solve all the previous year questions of engineering mathematics, okay, definitely all the questions of NIC exam can be solved. No question will be out of them.
Right. True.
And level will be easy, not very tough.
Right.
They can pick direct question from there also.
True. Thank you, sir. My one question to you is, as per your experience, you might have also seen, and you might agree with me, that most of the time students take this section very lightly, this reasoning section, aptitude section. They believe that they have studied these things in the engineering. But what I believe, for exam like NIC and all, continuity and seriousness.
Yes.
Time factor, right?
So actually, for any exam, whatever you have studied.
So what is?
Hello.
Sir,
I think the voice is breaking, sir.
Yeah, Kailash sir. So let me answer this.
Okay, sir. मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yeah, Kailash sir.
Yeah.
So
okay,
the most important thing is revision actually. Whatever you have studied, if you don't revise those things before exam, if you don't go through those things before exam, then that will be a negative point actually in examination. Whatever you have studied before 1 year or 6 months ago or 3 months ago, during the examination period, you must revise all the things. If you know the basic things, okay, you can solve the problem in exam. So keep revising all the chapters of non-tech part, mathematics part. Okay, if you forget the basic thing, if you don't revise, then you cannot solve the problem in examination. Okay. And
okay,
we have,
Tyagi sir, you are taking one more section of these both.
yes, Kailash sir.
I think voice is breaking, sir.
Tyagi sir, you are taking one more section of this NIC. Sir, मेरा voice break हो रहा है क्या?
Yes. Digital electronics, I am teaching there. For NIC.
एक मिनट सर, एक मिनट मुझे.
I think due to the weather conditions, like internet connectivity is low.
So,
Yeah, that's the. So you can
digital
continue,
electronics.
Jaggi sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Mukesh sir. So you also know you are from computer science background.
Yes, sir.
Digital electronics is important subject.
Yeah, yes, sir.
In this NIC exam, what I have observed, the starting chapters are important for NIC exam.
Yeah, correct, sir.
Like number system. So
Yes,
definitely
sir.
you will get some questions from number system.
Yeah,
So students must prepare how to convert a number from one base to another base. Always
yes,
they have
sir.
asked question from that.
Yes, sir.
And from Boolean algebra simplification, they have asked questions.
Yeah.
And logic gate,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
they have given a combination of logic gate and you have to find the equivalent, single equivalent logic gate. So
Sure,
these
sir.
questions are important. So first
Yes.
chapters, okay, you need not to prepare A to D converter, D to A converter that we study in electronic subjects mainly.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, but for this, don't skip number system, K-map, Boolean algebra, simplification, all these important things. These are very, very important.
Yes, sir.
And sometime, okay, not always, sometime they can ask some basic question related to some multiplexer, output of a multiplexer circuit or two multiplexer circuit, they can ask you, okay, about some basic decoder, or they can ask you about some truth table or characteristic equation or simple property of any flip-flop. In gate examination of electronics paper or instrumentation or electrical paper, we see level of question from counter and this flip-flop is tough. So for NIC, you need not to do all those kind of questions. Just have idea about flip-flops, their characteristic equation, truth table. Okay, that will be enough.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
so these
sir.
will be important topics for from digital electronics. And you may get questions from 2 to 5. Minimum 2 questions you will get, and maximum it may go to 5 or 6 or 7, up to 7 it may go. Sometimes they have asked questions, 7 questions, sometimes minimum 2 questions they have asked. So it varies. But starting chapters are very, very important.
Okay,
Okay,
right,
sir.
sir. So it was a great insight for the student how to prepare basically your generic section, mathematics and digital electronics, right? So Tyagi sir, I want to also, take your, review how a student should start basically preparation. So, is it advisable that they should start self preparation or they should start test series and they should start some other mode of preparation?
Generally, everyone do self-study. Without self-study, you cannot crack any examination. But if you join some module, dedicated module for NIC, so what is the benefit? You come in touch of other students, first benefit.
True.
So you know, by looking at others, you also increase your speed.
True.
Suppose in a running tournament, if only one people is moving, nobody is around, okay, and imagine that there are 20, 100, 1,000 people running. So if there is a crowd, definitely you will get motivated actually.
Right.
So this is the benefit. Another thing is, if we are following any systematic assistance, like any module for this, any exam, so there regularity comes, discipline comes in ourselves.
True.
Okay, because every day, if there is some class, so according to that, you can move forward. You can see that, okay, I have to finish these things. So I have covered this much, and now they are teaching this, so I can prepare this topic also.
Right.
You have to study yourself also along with that.
True.
But discipline comes, competition comes, motivation comes. And definitely, if someone who is having some good experience of teaching, so definitely you will learn something new with them.
Right.
Okay.
So
it is not, it will not be any, there will not be any harm actually. Definitely there will be some positive thing with you if you join with some any module for any exam, particular exam.
Right. So student conclusion is that, see, self preparation is the ultimate thing which you everyone need to do, right? But the point is, I have seen, or we all have seen in the past, sometimes students start investing and putting their time in the random direction. They believe that they are putting effort, but whether they're putting effort in the right direction or not, that is very important. And second thing, when you are enrolled in some module where you are getting relevant guidance, basically, see, it's very important that you should also limit that up to this width you need to cover this topic. It's not only that you need to do R&D on that topic, you need to go into well depth. So these things are not required if you want to crack any competitive exam. And second thing, it's very important, if you want to succeed, you need to basically compete with a competition where most of the students are competing for the same race. So this basically give you chance to configure where your chances stand. Are you able to improve or not? In what direction you need to put effort? So there the direction of guidance or mentorship become very important. So now I'm coming to Mukesh sir and Aman sir. So these both are the fellow mentor who are covering the computer science subject, and there are many more mentor also. So right now we will discuss with Mukesh sir and Aman sir. Mukesh sir, my first question to you is, since in technical section there are mostly 13 to 15 topic they have mentioned, right? For
Yes,
scientists,
sir.
and same I guess 12 to 13 topic they have mentioned for the scientific or technical assistant.
Yes,
So
sir.
as a student, I want to know this, that and I also know this, it's not very, easy to cover 13 topic, 15 topic, all at same level, all at same excellency, all at same command, right? So
Yes,
definitely
sir.
there might be some 7 to 8 topics out of these 13 to 15 topic which one should not leave and which are very important from the exam point of view and which carry most of the weightage. So student wants to know about those topics. Can you give your insight on those topics, please?
Sure, sir. So first thing is, for preparing the exam like NIC, as we know already know, we have like 12 to 15 topics. So
Right.
we have to plan our study. Okay. So if we go with the computer science branch subjects, like some of the subjects are the core subjects. Like if we go with the algorithm and programming parts, then we will move towards database operating system part, like computer network. So these are the main core subjects of computer science branch. Fine.
Right.
And always we are in previously we saw that like they have a highly weighted subjects. So plan your study accordingly. So if we go with the core subject like algorithm and programming, each and every exam, if this subject is included as a core subject, then we can say that algorithm and programming subject is the highly weighted subject. So don't miss this subject. So if
Right.
we move forward, so the next subject is like database management system and operating system. Again, these two are the basic and the core subject of computer science branch. So we need to be focused, or even database management system and operating systems. These two subjects are the simple one subject, so you can score full out of full. So
Right. Right.
my suggestion is like go with the core subject of CSC branch subjects. So be prepared for that, and so that it's easy for you to get a good score.
Okay, Mukesh sir, that was really a great insight. So here I want to discuss more with you. See, right now I believe there are three category of the student. The very first category of the student who are working professional, they haven't touched the book for last 1 to 2 years, but with this great opportunities in the way, so they are going to grab this, right? So they are going to start preparation. The first category is this one. Second category is there are students who have written the GATE exam, but they haven't performed well, right? Okay, so obviously
Yes,
they
sir.
might have studied these all topic, whatever you mentioned here.
Yes,
So
sir.
according to you, now in 4 to 5 months or at least 3 to 4 months, what should be the strategy of student and up to what level of difficulty a student should target the question? According to you, the GATE previous year question are relevant to this exam preparation or student should not focus on them?
Yes, sir. Sir, if we go with the syllabus and the pattern of the exam, and if we analyze the previous year papers, so we can say that if you prepare like easy one and the moderate questions from the GATE exam or the GATE previous year, or if you go with the ISR or DRDO, some basics or the simple questions, that is more than sufficient to crack this exam, sir.
True,
So,
true, true.
so the students who are like currently working, or like the students who already prepared for the GATE exam, and due to maybe any chance they didn't get a good score. So my analysis like, or my suggestion is like, go with the basics and moderate questions of all the subjects which are included in the GATE exams, and that is more than sufficient for them.
Okay, so there are some section of the syllabus, obviously, which are very new to student, I believe, right? Be it
Yes.
computer student, IT, or electronic student. Because 7 to 8 topic, I believe they might be in the GATE syllabus. The
Yes,
remaining
sir.
parts are according to how students should prepare.
So
Do
if
he need to go for the textbook? Okay, he need to take some notes. He need to take. He need to practice only question. What is your take on this?
So, if I go with the subject like information system and software engineering, one subject is web tech, cyber security, and cloud computing. So, if we go with the computer science subjects, like these are the four main subjects which are out of the GATE syllabus. So, they are mainly not asked in the GATE subject. So, as the syllabus of these subjects are small, and so we can consider, or if we analyze our past experience, so the weightage of these subjects is not too much high.
Right, right, right.
Fine. So one strategy is like first prepare the high weightage subject, and then if we have sufficient time, then only thoroughly go at least some of the problems or some of the objective questions which already asked in any other exam.
Right,
So
right,
I think that is the right one strategy. So unnecessarily giving more time to a subject which may be a new subject, but its weightage is not so much high. So I think that's not a good plan. So first we go with the the basic or the core subjects, and then move to these subjects only, sir.
Okay, so Mukesh sir, it was really a great insight. I will come back to you again. Now I'm coming toward the Aman sir. Aman sir, see, as you are teaching some of the subject for this module also, so I want to know, according to you, for exam like NIC, should we focus more on theory or our preference should be more on the question practice? What is your take on this?
So, the subjects that I am teaching here, some of the subjects are operating system I'm teaching,
Right,
theory of
right,
computation, compiler, and architecture.
right,
So, the scientist B and technical assistant, both the exam are of different difficulty.
right,
So,
right, right.
for the technical assistant A, they will focus more on the theoretical part.
Okay,
In the scientist B, they will focus a little bit more on the numerical part. And you
right,
can
right,
see that in the number of questions asked. Like if you
right,
see the technical assistant exam, so the questions from web technology, cyber security, which are basically theoretical subjects, are comparatively more. Like they will ask about 10 to 12 questions. But in the scientist B, the number of questions asked from those subjects were 2 to 3 questions. So
right,
I
right,
guess the preparation should be the main focus should not be go into depth of every subject. The focus
right,
should be at least cover all the subjects.
right, right, right.
Like you should thoroughly cover all the subjects because the level of question that is asked in the exam is not that much difficult. So if even if you know the basic concept, even if you have gone through the subject once at least, you will be able to tackle the question.
Right, right, right,
So
right.
that should be the plan. In order, the plan should be cover most of the syllabus. If you have covered one subject, do not try to go into much depth as we do in the gate, because the level of question in the asked in the gate is very difficult as compared to this. You just need to have the understanding of the subject, not the no need to go into the that much depth.
Okay, so now here I want to ask one question to Mukesh sir and Aman sir. See, there are 1 to 2 subjects in every domain, be it computer science, be it electronics or electrical, which required or which demand more time, right? As compared to other subject. So according to you, first tell me what are those subjects in both the post. Please, Mukesh sir. Sir, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, so if we go with these posts, so algorithm and programming, this is the one core subject of CSE. So we must read and practice more and more related to these two topics.
So
Then we go with the
what kind of question we can expect from this subject? Kind of programming based question, kind of theoretical based question, or kind of numerical based question? If
it's
numerical
totally
based,
logic based
what will
question,
be
sir. If you
level of?
know.
Okay,
Okay, sorry, sir. And in like algorithm, and if we go with the programming subjects, in programming subjects, we can like if we face problem related to like if we have some problems and we need to find out the output. Fine. And in algorithm, again, if we know the concepts of the algorithm, how to approach, which type of approach we have to solve this problem, like divide and conquer technique, or greedy, or some dynamic programming, or we go with the time complexity problems. So these are the basic area where question may be asked in the exam. So these are
okay.
the
So
core subjects. So yes, sir.
okay, Aman sir, can you tell me how a student from the electronics background prepare these kind of subject? According to you, as per your experience, he need to start with this subject in the earlier stage of the preparation, or he need to keep this subject for the later stage of preparation?
So, you need to understand what is the weightage of the subject, how tough is subject for you to understand if you are studying the subject for the first time. So the thing, the subjects I teach in those subjects, I think the subjects that are very lengthy are theory of computation and architecture. Now, if you understand that the level of difficulty of computer architecture is very high, and the number of questions asked in computer architecture is very low, so you will not go towards that subject. You will focus more, if you know this, if you have the understanding that theory of computation is vast, though it is vast, but the number of questions asked from it is very high. Second thing, if you understood the concept in theory of computation, it is very easy to tackle those questions. Those questions are one of the most solvable questions that the examiner can ask you. So if like you have if you have a choice whether to study TOC, we give some amount of time to TOC or architecture, and you have less amount of time, I will surely suggest that you should go with the theory of competition, because it is more scoring and the weightage is more. So you need to understand those things. So I think you need proper guidance in understanding in order to understand those things, because if you are from electrical background, you will see all the subjects as a same subject, like you
totally
don't
new subject, they will be same for you. See,
Yes.
that's why I have asked this question, because the student who are coming from the different background, they don't know the level of difficulty of the subject, right? They might be starting their journey, might be with the compiler design, might be theory of computation, might be with the algorithm. So this
this thing is also important, because if you are studying the compiler, then you may face difficulties. But if you study theory of computation first, then you will be able to understand compiler easy. And so you can see that theory, if you understand theory of computation, you will be able to solve the questions of compiler also. So these things that you need to understand, that will this subject help me in understanding other subject or not? Some subjects are interconnected also, right?
True. Thank you, sir. Lastly, I'm coming to you again. So there is basically one common question from the student. So whether we should first prepare all the subject, then try the test series, or we should parallelly start taking the test series seriously, like suppose digital is done. So should we start with the digital electronics test series? What is your take on this?
Some tests should be done after completing certain subjects, but subject wise test you can start after each subject.
Right. Okay, so guys, as we have discussed, some of the dynamics and statics of this NIC exam. Now concluding, see, when you are starting your preparation, prioritizing the subject is very, very important, as Tyagi sir, Aman sir, and Mukesh sir told, right? So while selecting the subject, which subject to prioritize or which not, there are many factors you need to take into consideration, that what is the weightage of subject and what is the difficulty of the subject, as our mentor have discussed. And second thing is, guys, whenever you're solving the question, you need to solve the relevant and authenticated question from those kind of resources. Don't choose the random resources. Reason being, ultimately, sometime you will find wrongly typed question, sometime your answer will not match. Almost 50% of the time you will waste in this kind of activity. The point is, there are UGC net previous year question of IT and computer science. Those are very relevant to the demand of this exam. You can, practice as per the advice of mentor, the previous year computer science question, especially those questions, which you believe are totally logic based, concept based, theory based question. There are high probability they can be asked. And earlier DRDO used to conduct exam. You can see their previous year paper if it's able to find out. BARC used to conduct exam. ISRO, there are many previous year paper available on the ISRO website. They are totally relevant to the demand of this exam. So the conclusion is that you don't need to waste time. Start preparing as soon as possible under the mentorship and guidance of some expert fellow, especially those people who keep on assisting you at different stage of your exam. So now lastly, I want to thanks to Tyagi sir, Aman sir, and Mukesh sir to spare few minutes for this valuable discussion. I hope student will enjoy this discussion, and definitely it will be one of the path finder kind of directional decider, and it will set a goal for them and they can achieve their goal definitely. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. All the best to all the students.